The pink ball Ashes Test match starts soon, and we are all excited here at Timeout with SportsAdda. So let's go and talk to Arun and see what we are in store for in this Test match. Arun, the pink ball Test match has its own charm, isn't it? It's like an annual event that all cricket fans look forward to. There's a different spectacle altogether.
You're absolutely right. There's something about a pink ball test match in that, it gives you the opportunity to wake up late, have a leisurely breakfast, then get ready for, have probably have lunch as well, and then walk into the test match in Adelaide, uh, enjoy what promises to be a fabulous day's cricket, and then later in the evening, Akhil, the cricket itself is a spectacle, but in Adelaide particularly, the sunset is a sight to see, Akhil. Sunset is an experience, of a lifetime. I'm sure the camera guys working on this test match will show you those vibrant colors repeatedly, but it's such a sight to see. And then post the day's play, you can have dinner, you can just walk around. It's just you've got to experience that feeling.
Amazing. Australia will be looking forward to playing the Test match. They've got off to an excellent start again, favored venue at the Gabba, proving successful for them. England, on the other hand, have lots and lots of decisions to make, Arun. They've left out two leading bowlers in the first Test match. They copped a lot of criticism. Uh, England's decisions in Test cricket this year have been questioned a lot. Let's say they've been questioned a lot by their own experts, senior players, ex-players. They've questioned them a lot. So very difficult now for Stuart Broad and Anderson to suddenly come back and make an impact when the team is already 1-0 down, isn't it?
So I'll address this in two parts, Akhil. You said England's decision making has been questionable, and I'll take you right back to the start of the year.
Hmm.
When England took Sri Lanka and then came to India, they sent Josh Butler home, didn't they? They sent Moeen Ali back home, and those decisions were questioned. They said we're managing workloads. I mean, I understand this was the year of the T20 World Cup. This was the year of the Ashes. This was the year, when they had a test series in India, Sri Lanka. But hey, live in the present. I mean, all these cliches that players say, why don't they follow it? Live in the present. Moeen Ali, Josh Butler, they were making things happen. So they should have just stayed on. Instead, they were sent home for whatever reasons, right? Then players were recalled. There were leaks made to the media. Anyway, all that aside, again, decision making in the Ashes, astonishing. I cannot believe that England decided to bench. I won't say bench. The official line England used was,
Tested.
"We're preparing Anderson for that second test." Were they in their senses at all? The England management, were they in their senses at all? Look, you're playing in Australia where you've not won a test match on the last two tours. Australia are coming out of hibernation. That was your best chance to push them on the back foot and take a 1-0 lead. And yet you leave out two bowlers who have more than 1,000 wickets between them. I mean, I can keep ranting all day, all night, but that
Hmm.
that decision not to play these two gentlemen, James Anderson and Stuart Broad, is as senseless as they can be.
Hmm. Very interesting. Uh, Also, before we move on to our next set where we discuss something else, Arun, we are at Timeout with Sports Adda. We are coming back with the contests that we had ran during the T20 tournament. There's going to be a contest that we are going to be running. It's again a very simple question. I'm going to be asking the question to people who watch us, listening to us, and we'd love to know the answers. All people have to do is go in the comment section on the YouTube channel and post their answers. It's going to be a very simple question, and this time I'm going to give a clue also with that question, Arun. The question here is that which bowler has picked the most wickets in pink ball test matches? And since we are talking about quick bowlers, two quick bowlers, the leading quick bowlers from England, uh, the clue is that it's a quick bowler. And Arun, you can't answer that, but I'm sure you have an answer also.
I do have an answer, and I'll give you a clue, right? The clue is this person the leading wicket taker in pink ball test matches. There's cricket in the family. Let's put it that way.
Very nice, superb. Okay, so England again, coming back to the chat and the chatter around the squad selections. England definitely Stuart Broad and Anderson come in, but who do you leave out? Because the quick bowlers, the Wood is a quick bowler. I think they'll want to keep Wood there just to try and rattle the Australians with some pace. He was good in some spells there. So who do you leave out from the England setup?
Now that's the problem that England have to address as well. Like who would you leave out? Look at that England lineup that took the field in Brisbane. Akhil. Look at the bowling lineup: Mark Leach, Jack Leach, rather
Jack
Jack Leach,
Leach.
Mark Wood, Ollie Robinson, Chris Wokes, right? Ben Stokes. These are the bowlers used. Joe Root, obviously, with his part-time offspin. So my understanding and from what I'm reading on the internet, whatever coach are coming out of the England camp. Jack Leach is definitely out, and they're contemplating Dom Bess, again a bowler who would never find a place in the third division slash fourth division club team in Bangalore. And I'm being very honest in my assessment. This is on the basis of what we saw in India, in Sri Lanka, whatever. I mean, just not impressed. He picked up 5 wickets in one of those test matches, but that was pure luck. Thereafter, he just completely lost rhythm. And on the basis of what I saw then, he will not make the first 11 of third division, fourth division teams in Bangalore. So I don't know why England are even contemplating bringing Dom Best back into the 11. Uh, but yeah, so Ollie Robinson is a wicket taker, right? Uh, I I'm just looking through the first test. Picked up 3 wickets in the first innings, 1 wicket in the second innings, the only wicket to fall. So I don't know how England will leave him out. We're looking at Chris Wokes, a man who can make things happen. I know Ben
Hmm.
Stokes is back in the 11, so he's probably expendable because Ben Stokes is there. So Chris Wokes
Hmm.
probably goes out, and Mark Wood might go out as well. So Anderson and Broad will come in place of Chris Wokes and Mark Wood. That's the way I see it.
Hmm. Interesting. While they battle, while they make changes to the bowling lineup, it's batting which has been the real struggle for them. There's not many changes that England can do there. They just have to hope that Joe Root's form continues, and one of the other batters stands up and creates a large partnership with him. Ideally, somebody like a Ben Stokes who has that pedigree, who scored runs in Australia, who has that X factor that Australians will also be fearing. So they'll be hoping for a large partnership there. Uh,
Yeah.
Australia, on the other hand, are having another problem. Josh Hazelwood has been injured. He's been left out because of his injury. We had actually predicted he's going to be one of the top wicket takers for Australia. Unfortunately, missing this big Test match. But his replacement, Arun, is somebody I'm very very interested. I like watching Jai Richardson bowl, just because there are very few swing bowlers who come from Australia. He's in that Damien Fleming kind of mold. He gets beautiful late swing. He's
Yeah.
reasonably quick, so he'll enjoy bowling with the spin ball.
Hazelwood will be a big miss because he will keep probing. He will keep probing. He's one of those Glenn McGrath kind of bowlers. And even though he didn't pick up too many wickets at Brisbane, Akhil, he asked those questions, which I
all
really
all
thought,
the time.
yeah, which I really thought he was going to be the highest wicket taker in the series. But Jai Richardson is a good pick. Pink ball, lights, the ball will swing for whatever period, and Jai Richardson's the man who can ask those questions again. So I was expecting this pick. There was a lot of speculation of Michael Neser will eventually get to play, but unfortunately, I don't think the day and night test match was the right time for him. So Jai Richardson, good pick by Australia. Uh, just want to pick out a couple of numbers, Akhil. Just going back to what England, the selection, their decision making. They said we're preparing Anderson and Broad for the pink ball test. It's not like Anderson and Broad have led England to have been unplayable in pink ball test matches. Australia are 8-0 in pink ball test matches. England haven't won the last three. They've played 4 pink ball test matches. They've lost the last three. It's not like England and Anderson and Broad have been a force. So it's amusing these decisions that England make on whatever basis, on the basis of data,
Hmm.
numbers, on the basis of gut feel. Just nonsense. But yeah, I'm expecting. I mean, Australia will be feeling good. David Warner is also available for Australia, so
He's
Australia
fit.
will be feeling good, Akhil.
Interesting. Also, I read a statement from Travis Head where he said that he's going to continue playing the aggressive way that he did in the first test, which is encouraging. I remember during the last pink ball test, another left-handed batter in the middle order was the man of the match. Sean Marsh scored the only 100 of the game. So good to see Travis Head trying to take that role and take that responsibility after Steve Smith to go aggressive and keep that impetus going. Less problems for Australia. A lot of questions for England to answer in this match. Uh, Again, I'm going to ask that question to people who listen in, Arun, the contest question. Or you
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah. Go
something
for
to.
it. Go for it. No, no, go for it. Yeah, the
Okay, so I'm
goodies.
going to, I guess, the goodies, the merchandise. There is Bradley merchandise for people who answer the correct question. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. People who answer the correct question, the contest question, they get a chance to win Bradley signed merchandise. I'm repeating that question again. Which bowler has picked up the most wickets in pink ball tests? Simple question. Answer that. Follow us. Give us your comments. We'd love to talk about them and get a chance to win Bradley signed merchandise. Yes, Arun, you were making a point.
One contest I'm looking forward to, Akhil. It's a contest that kind of changed David Warner's career. Is David Warner v Stuart Broad. And this is
Hmm.
going back to 2019, the Ashes series in England. Uh,
Yeah,
Broad got Warner 7 times in that series. He must have given him nightmares. It was either Broad or Archer. Archer's not here in Australia. Broad is, and that's a contest that promises to be fascinating.
going to be fascinating. Warner has been in good form. He played beautifully in the first test match, so he'll be feeling a lot more confident here. Will be interesting to see if he bats under lights. That is the most interesting part that I'm looking at. The batters who bat under lights when they start, uh, how will they fare? Very interestingly set up this test match, Arun. How many days do you think it will last? 3 or 4 days?
I'm going 3 days in a bit, so yeah, day four we will see. Just a couple of quick things, Akhil. You know, you mentioned Warner. You've got Warner's also. He's got the triple hundred, didn't he? He's got the
Yes, he got a
triple
triple
hundred against
hundred.
Pakistan. I
Yeah,
was there
in
in
a day
Adelaide
night game.
again. Yeah, he was in it. So he's going to be, he's going to relish this short square boundaries, good pitch, uh, an England bowling attack who've not done too much. Uh, yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. Uh, I think 3 days and a bit. And what I like, what I'm looking forward to in this test matches is periods when the run scoring rate will be high, Akhil. There will be periods when
Hmm.
nothing's going to happen and batsmen will make money. There will be periods when the ball will do something and batsmen will be tested, but there will also be periods when nothing's happening and batsmen can motor along. And that's the phase you want to see. Manas Labuschagne, Travis Head, David Warner, Steve Smith even. So yeah, keep an eye out. If the Ben Stokes on the England side, Josh Butler on the England side. Josh Butler was good in the brief while in the first test. He was aggressive, so makes up for a fascinating contest.
Okay, we are looking forward to that. We are having our own contest here, like I mentioned. So please join in to the conversation. Give us your comments. Share with us your thoughts about what you feel about the test lineup, or about who should play. What should the composition be? And we'll be back here at Timeout with SportsAdda with more contests, more chat, lots and lots of conversation of cricket. Thank you so much for joining in.